Did you ever thought about getting a robot, or to be more specific, an AI pet? Because you are almost never being home to take care of your children or play with them. And if you search it up in the internet, there'll be so many options for you to choose. But what if I told you there's an option comes with so many different recognitions and detection abilities, with 3D capture, and even integrated with ChatGPT? Will that be attractive enough for you to place your order? Well, if it does, don't rush to purchase because we have bought it and tested it for several weeks, so you can know whether it's worth buying or not. Without further ado, let's dive into today's review video of Loona Petbot. Cutest, it is a brand that making robots, and their idea is to create company and happiness for people. There are currently only 2 robots on sale, which are the Loona Petbot and Clipbot. I strongly suspect their product designer is a reptile enthusiast, because isn't this look like the cyber version of Plankton? So if you prefer something cuter, it has to be Loona. At least we can tell what animal it is. Loona is obviously a puppy, the best friend of human beings. Loona is covered in white paint with a big face and eyes and a sling ear. The body is made of plastic, which feels a little bit cheap. And it is not well made because you can easily notice the seams. The plastic front wheel controls the direction, rubber rear wheel drives itself to move. But the rubber material is definitely the collector of dust and hair, and it won't take a long time for you to notice that. I'm pretty sure that Loona can make a good friend with my cleaning robot. From my point of view, Loona is definitely an extrovert puppy. When you're busy, she will be wandering around in your house. And once you're free, she will rush into your arms when she sees you. If you don't have time to play with it, it will even stop playing with your shoes. But be careful when she's on your legs when you're wearing a dress. Because after all, there's a camera on her face. Nobody would feel comfortable in that situation. As an AI robot, Loona has her own emotions, of course. Like she's also interested with other pets in your house. And it is not difficult to understand what is she thinking about by just opening up the app on your phone. I need to say that Loona is very incredible. That is not because she has a bad temper, but because she will raise up her hand during most of the actions. For example, she will strike the floor whether she's happy or angry. When her plastic palm hits the ground, that would generate such a big sound. Even if it would not bother your neighbors, it will still bring you a headache. And be careful if you place on the bed or table, because it seems Loona doesn't recognize the altitude. So if you don't pay attention, she might fall over from anything with height. Loona has 2 unique skills. The first one is to catch the ball, which she once told me is her favorite game to play. First, you can assemble the ball which comes inside the prop kit. And after the work is done, you don't have to wait for any instructions but just waving the ball in front of Loona, then the game will start as soon as she responded. Once she's found the ball, she will fetch it back to you like the real puppy and ask you to do it again. But you need to pay attention when throwing the ball because you can't use too much strength. Otherwise, she will just stood there and staring at you with her big eyes. But based on the result of our test, although this is her favorite game, the chance she would complete the process is not high. Her second unique skill is the ball fighting. Thus, you can transform Loona into an angry ball. Since we recognize it as a dog, why don't we just walk her like the real dog on the outdoors? And we even got a perfect dog leash for her, the 3-meter long USB cable. But unfortunately, things didn't turn the way we imagined. On the outdoor, Loona will automatically follow the owner, but the battery will last just 30 minutes. You can utilize a power bank to extend the time if you want. But remember, it is a rather exhausting work to do. And in fact, Loona doesn't have a good eyesight, because she would occasionally lose your location when following. Therefore, things will be probably ended by this way. so I sincerely recommend you to leave it at home. Back to indoor, Loona will return to her home when she's run out of the battery, and 1.5 hours later, approximately, she will be once again full of energy. Take out the laser pen and witness an apex battle. Although Loona is very clumsy by comparing with the actual cat. The official website says endless games of your choice. Not quite sure what the endless means, but as of for now, there are only 10 games which are hardly considered as interactive ones. Besides, the logic of the game are to be easily expected as well as the response from Loona. It gradually gets boring because there will be no more surprises for you after several rounds. The most attractive and astonishing feature of Loona is the ChatGPT she's integrated with. Ask questions or learn a new language, or unlike infinite probabilities like check your fortune today, plan your trip, create story or recipes. During our test, we selected a few characters so we can get different characteristic answers when asking the questions. But what confusing us is, sometimes Loona is not quite catching the meaning of the question, or presenting herself like the character we set it. Maybe that could be fixed by the future updates and optimizations. But nevertheless, I think with the support of the ChatGPT, you can definitely find something interesting or useful. Besides, it is so wonderful to share or install the creations which is created by the users in the user community. Maybe that is what endless actually means. The endless creations, just like the ChatGPT itself. Loona looks undeniably cute, especially her big and sparkling eyes, and the abundant body movements make her so adorable. From a perspective and another, it is entertaining at the first time, but that feeling won't last for long. From the perspective of a child, actually it's not very suitable either. The advanced function of Loona, like programming, will be too incomprehensible for children to understand. For the teenagers, from my experience, their interest will fade away very quickly, and the knowledge they could learn from it is probably less than a couple of new friends would offer. Because after all, the communication and interaction between a real person is something a machine could never provide. Well, at least for now, it is the fact. At last, we give 3.7 subjective overall scores to Loona Petbot. But I think I should remind you once again, that is a very subjective opinion from us, which means you maybe just don't think the same. The AI robot is nowadays getting more and more stronger and intelligent. It is really hard to say how the future robot will behave or even look like. But if what you need is just an AI pet for yourself or your children, rather than an advanced intelligent robot, why don't you go for a real companion, for example, a real puppy? I hope you enjoyed the content, and if you found the video entertaining or useful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so we can have the energy to keep creating the excellent content. Thanks for watching. This is Testly, a channel you can always get honest answers. I will see you next time.